So we have breaking news that Rudy Giuliani took a massive loss in court, and it's bad news for him and for Donald Trump. If you recall, over the last week and more, we've been covering how both Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump have essentially tried to argue that because they're rich, that because they're famous, that because they're powerful, they are effectively above the law. Either it should be illegal to investigate them, or they can say whatever they want even though regular people couldn't say it, or some of their information has to be specially protected because they are so rich and so powerful and so famous. But a judge today squashed Rudy Giuliani in an attempt to get special treatment. He basically said that Rudy Giuliani is not a special snowflake, that Rudy Giuliani, by virtue of being a lawyer, and the president's lawyer in particular, can't avoid warrants, can't avoid investigations, and can't avoid some of his information being searched. And so what the judge says was, Rudy, look, you can say that you're special all you want, but you're just some guy. Fundamentally, when you're in front of a judge, you're just some guy. And the judge basically smacked him across the face and said, smarten up, because this is real. And so effectively, what the judge has said is, look, you have some special protections because you're a lawyer. When we go through your papers, we're going to appoint an independent person to ensure that client-attorney privilege isn't necessarily violated in the course of investigating you. But that doesn't give you a carte blanche ability to block investigations into your crimes and into Donald Trump's crimes and anybody else that might be involved. And that is critical. Now, we should be clear, that does potentially mean that if they find something on Trump and it's specifically Rudy Giuliani giving him legal advice, they may not be able to use that. But it doesn't mean that if Trump and Rudy Giuliani were talking in political terms or in personal terms, because remember, Trump never really disconnects the business from the personal from the political. He doesn't do that. They may well find a lot of dirt on Donald Trump. And crucially, even if they don't find much directly on Trump, everything they find on Rudy is a weapon to be used on Rudy to further encourage him and those like him to flip on Trump. And so this is massive because, again, one of Rudy's arguments was going to be, I was Trump's lawyer, I'm the former mayor of New York, I'm effectively above the law, and you can't investigate me like you would a regular Joe or Jane from working class Brooklyn or what have you. And with his papers available, this really could send him down the river. Now, the comparable case is Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen tried to make the same argument initially. He was arrested, eventually went to prison and, served time and faced a lot of consequences for doing crimes and covering up crimes for Donald Trump. But the judge said then, and they're saying now, you may be important, you may be a lawyer, but it doesn't put you above the law. And so now Rudy's electronic devices, his millions of files, video files, written files, audio files, they are all available. And this is in addition to, as we've been saying, Rudy's giant mouth in the Ukraine, in Arizona, in Georgia, everywhere, putting himself in trouble and putting Donald Trump in trouble. But the biggest thing of all here is it's a signal that Trump and Giuliani aren't above the law, that they already have a lot of power and privilege, and that might protect them, but judges aren't just going to let them get away with this just because their names are Trump and Giuliani, and they're both sweating because of it.